Good evening from Bill Snyder Family Stadium, where the Kansas State Wildcats are victorious over the TCU Horned Frogs tonight. 41-3 is the final score as the Wildcats improve to 5-2 on the year, 3-1 in Big 12 play, and TCU drops to 4-4 overall, and they suffer their second Big 12 loss of the year. They're 2-2 in the conference. Where do you start with this one? Well, the creative solution to the problem. Who would start? It was the dilemma on the lips of every K-State fan all week. Who would start at quarterback? Would it be Will Howard? Would it be Avery Johnson? And it turned out they both started the game. In a creative twist, it was Will Howard at quarterback and Avery Johnson at wide receiver, taking a jet sweep handoff on the first play of the game. After that, the shenanigans came to an end. The two quarterbacks would alternate series all night. There were 9 drives for the offense. Will Howard got the first of them, and as it turned out, the last. He got 5 of the series, and Avery Johnson got 4 of them. And no matter who was in there, Kansas State did whatever they wanted on offense. They had 406 yards of offense in the first half, ended up with 587 total yards tonight. Will Howard, 10 of 16 for 154 and 3 touchdowns through the air. Also rushed for 62 yards on 4 carries. Avery Johnson, 5 of 10 for 90 yards. His first career touchdown pass, a little swing pass to Trayshawn Ward near the goal line. He also rushed 16 times for 73 yards. And it was proof positive that Kansas State can move the ball through the air and on the ground with either quarterback, as Avery Johnson had some impressive throws down the field to fellow freshman Jace Brown, who has been a bit of a breakout the last 2 weeks for Kansas State. He had 4 catches for 88 yards tonight. Will Howard showed he can make it go with his legs, made some good throws, threw 3 touchdown passes tonight. One of them to DJ Giddens went 61 yards on a swing pass. The last of them went to Will Swanson, and Jace Brown also catching a touchdown from Howard in the third quarter. The offense will get the headlines. It always does, but defensively, Kansas State was stellar tonight, keeping TCU out of the end zone, though TCU tried to get a late garbage time touchdown on the final drive of the game, burned their timeouts, ran a play from the 2 with 2 seconds left, but Kansas State held firm and kept the Frogs from scoring a touchdown tonight, held them to just 300 yards of total offense. Again, a lot of those coming in garbage time. They were 2 for 13, TCU was, on third down. K-State had 2 sacks, also had an interception. They were incredibly impressive tonight on defense. The interception, by the way, belonged to Topeka's own Desmond Purnell, who came in for a lot of praise from Coach Chris Kleiman after the game. Kleiman says he's an all Big 12 player, and I am certainly inclined to agree with that assessment of Desmond Purnell through the first 7 games of this season. He has been terrific. K-State secondary played really, really well. They had Will Lee back. That was a big boost for them. And other than a couple of long runs by Amani Bailey, who came in averaging about 6-7 yards per rush, Kansas State did an outstanding job limiting the splash plays. And if not for a penalty on a 3rd down and 15 on the lone scoring drive of the night for TCU, this might have been a shutout for K-State. That's how dominant they were on defense. They totally flustered TCU's freshman quarterback, Josh Hoover, and the defense deserves a ton of credit for the work they did tonight. But again, we're going to be talking about what I'm going to take to call Hojo, the quarterback duo for these Wildcats, Will Howard and Avery Johnson, both of whom played well. Johnson certainly had a couple of freshman moments, especially on a drive late in the game where he took a bad sack and then a delay of game on consecutive snaps. But he showed his running ability, showed the ability to hook up with the deep ball, hit Jace Brown on a couple of really nice deep throws down the sideline. And Will Howard played composed, controlled football, took care of the ball, did not turn the ball over this year. It was the first game of the season where Will Howard did not throw an interception here at Bill Snyder Family Stadium. So that was important, as well as K-State won the turnover battle tonight. A dominant win, and it feels like things are back on course for K-State. 5-2, everything in front of them. If they win out, they could very well end up back in Dallas for the Big 12 championship game. And if you saw Texas struggle with Houston today, you know this league wide open. Anything can happen on any given Saturday in the Big 12. But Kansas State has shown they are still a conference contender. They've got Houston next Saturday, an 11 a.m. kick here at Bill Snyder Family Stadium, and Chris Kleiman made it clear. The crowd showed up in a big way for this night game. They were loud. They were impactful. The players feed off of it. He wants everybody in their seats for that 11 a.m. kickoff next week to be loud and impactful again. K-State wins at 41-3. I'm Dan Lucero signing off from Bill Snyder Family Stadium. Have a great night.